Welcome to TechieTalkee.
Hello friends, in this video I'll be explaining you on how to create arrays using Numpy library. There are multiple ways to create arrays using Numpy. The first method of array creation is by using a list or a tuple using the array function. I had already released videos on how to create list or tuple. So list items will be the ones created using the square brackets and the tuple items will be created using the round brackets. Let me first show you on how to create arrays using the square brackets. To create an array, I first need to import the Numpy library. Then I'll use the array function to create an array of values. So in this case, I'm using the square brackets, which means I'm using the list item to create the array. And then I'm printing the array values onto the screen. So let me execute this code for you. So it is printing an array of 1, 1. So this is how the array gets printed on the screen. It is always better to have arrays name for the Numpy library for easy reference. So I'll give as NP, and in my code I'll be referring to the array's name. Similarly, I can create an array using tuples by giving round brackets. This is how I can create a one-dimensional array using a list or a tuple item. Say I want to go for two-dimensional array. So I'll have to give a list of lists to achieve this. This is how I can create a two-dimensional array. And if I execute this code, this is the result of the two-dimensional array. Say for example, I want to go for three-dimensional array. This is how I can create a three-dimensional array using the list item, and inside my list, I'm going to have two other lists which is going to hold 1, 1, 2, 2, and the other list is going to hold 3, 3, 4, 4. And inside this nested list, I have got two other items. So this is how I can define a three-dimensional array. And this is how the output looks like for a 3D array. The arrays can be created by using other inbuilt functions which are provided by Numpy. So let me show you how to create a 1D array using the inbuilt function. We have a function called arange that will create an array of numbers based on the start and the stop value. So consider this example where I'm creating an array of numbers using the arange function from 1 to 5. One thing to note here is that this array will be created only till stop value -1, which is 4. So in the new array that I've created, the values are going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. This function also supports a third parameter where we can specify the increment value. Say for example, I'm going to give the increment value to be 2 because the stop value is not going to be present in the array, and from 1 the values get incremented by 2, and that is what gets entered as the array data. The other function that we have is the linspace function, and in this function we can define the number of values to be created in the array. Say for example, I want to create an array containing 10 numbers, and the numbers should be between 1 and 2. This linspace function is going to create 10 values between 1 and 2 which are equally spaced in the number line, and the values will include the start value and the end value. For the 2D array creation, I is a function that creates an array of elements with zeros and ones. Let's say the row index to be I and the column index to be j. So each value is going to be present in the position I, j. The position where I is equal to j, that is the first row, first column, the second row, second column are going to have ones, and the remaining values are going to be 0. And this is how the I function works to generate 2D arrays. So here I'm giving I of 4, 3. So it is going to generate me 4 rows with 3 columns, and this I function is going to populate 1 in the positions where I is equal to j, and in the remaining positions it's going to be 0. Diag is yet another inbuilt function where I can create an array of values, but I have an option to specify what value I can have in the diagonal by using the diag function. In this example, I have specified the diagonal values to be 2, 4, 5 and 7. So Numpy is going to generate a 2D array containing 2, 4, 5 and 7 as the diagonal values. So this 2D array is going to have 4 rows and 4 columns. And the remaining values in the array are going to be 0. So it is basically going to be a square 2D array. I can also give an additional parameter to this diag function. So here I have given 2. So what exactly Numpy does is it is going to create 2 columns full of zeros, and then from the third column the diagonal values get populated. The 0 function is going to create an array in the specified shape which is filled with zeros. So here I've given zeros of 3, 4. Numpy is going to create 3 rows and 4 columns filled with zeros, and by default the data type is float, and that is why we are seeing a floating point here. The ones function is similar to the zeros function. It will create an array of values, but the values populated is going to be 1, and this is again going to generate an array with the floating point value. Here I have given np.ones of 2, 3. So the array that is created is having 2 rows and 3 columns with the data populated as 1. Say I want to generate an array containing random values between 0 and 1. Numpy provides a random module to work on random numbers. And for that, I need to import random from Numpy. And then this random function is going to generate me the random numbers. So here I've given 3, 5. So the array is going to contain 3 rows and 5 columns, and the values are going to be some random numbers between 0 and 1. Hey guys, hope you have understood about the various methods in creating arrays using Numpy.
Thank you for watching this video. If you have any queries, you can reach out to me at techietalkee@gmail.com. Happy learning and have a great day.